is up, RetroManiacs? Welcome to the Retro Card Chat Podcast. My name is Mike, and I'm from Mike's Retro Trading Cards. We've done it, boys. We are on episode 200 of the podcast. I didn't think it would happen, but we're actually here. I don't even have a joke for this. Play the harmonica. There we go. Yes. You know it's a big deal when Joe is breaking out the harmonica. But yeah, 200 episodes, boys. Yeah. I never thought we'd get here. Honestly, never thought we would get here.
Air high fives. Air high fives. Come on.
That's 10. That's a high 10. Even.
No, one for each of us.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. And then we do the circle thing where I go.
Yeah, okay. We're not going to talk too much about that until a little bit from now. But yeah, 200 episodes, boys. How are we doing for the 200th time?
Well, you know, you boys, I said that we're going to need some champagne. So, you know, I didn't have champagne. So here's a little Bailey's for my coffee. Put that in there.
I already put mine in my coffee earlier.
Oh, I love Bailey's. I love Bailey's so much.
I got a little Fireball here. So not quite champagne, but I got a little bit of Fireball to
so I had Bailey's because I didn't have champagne. Oh, what's this? I lied.
All right,
okay,
well, cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Yeah, 200, and here's the 200 more.
Here's the 200 more, yeah.
And in celebration of this 200th podcast, this Wednesday, we are going to revisit the original podcast. Episode 1, we talked about Michael Rubin being on Bill Simmons' podcast. We, on Wednesday, are going to go back and we're going to look at it from a 2026 lens, see what Michael Rubin told us he would do, and see if he actually did some of this stuff. So
I'm sure it will go very well for him. Absolutely. I feel
you're going to be like, check.
Oh, yeah. He crushed it. He crushed it.
He did. So how's it going, boys?
Well, for those of you in the Northeast, how's it hanging out inside?
Yeah, I see nothing but snow everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. That's why I have 2 beverages on this Monday morning instead of my usual 1, because our offices were actually closed. Very unusual for our offices to be closed, so you know it's bad. Yeah, we'll see if I go in on Tuesday, either because of snow or because of how much I might drink today. Who knows? Who knows what it'll be? But
it's early though, so get it out of the way early, and you'll be okay by
exactly. That's actually start at 7 a.m. Have a couple till noon, right? And then pass out, and then you'll be good to go.
The thing is, though, when it gets to noon, you might as well keep going. You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. So I mean, you might as well.
I have a pillow. I have a pillow that says that, so that works out great. No, the worst part is being stuck at home, and with the forced air heat, the dryness of my hands, I can't really do any card stuff. It's just it's a bummer.
Probably making your binders really staticky.
That's where they're not coming out. That's why they're back here, right? And plus my dry hand. This is a serious question for you guys about, you know, one of the OCD tics I have. I don't like to do card stuff with dry hands because I'm worried that it'll, you know, maybe scuff up a card or whatever. I don't know. But I also don't like to use lotion because, again, I'm worried that the lotion will get on the cards. What do you guys even think about that stuff?
No, I just know my thumbs hurt where they're splitting, like around the corners or whatever. I just deal with it. Like that's just
so
I don't think about the dry.
When you're packing up a card, you're just going to get your blood on the card.
I'm not dripping with blood over here. I know that it's the sore, like they're cracking.
A little extra DNA from EP. Usually you have to go to this website for that, but yeah, I mean, you're going to get that in your
that's
card.
Patreon. That's Patreon only.
That's a Patreon.
Extra. That's extra. Yeah, that's extra. Yeah.
That's a pay-per-view situation on the old OnlyFans. Okay, all right.
I think the key is to moisturize every day so your hands are not dry and not also covered with lotion when you go to work with the cards.
Okay.
How long do you have to wait after moisturizing before you can touch cards? I never. Oh,
you have to wait a while.
Yeah.
At least an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, the moisture it is wet. That's why I don't like my hands to be wet and sticky.
Let us know in the comments what's the right way, you know?
What's your moisturization schedule?
Oh yeah, we're off the rails already. What else is new for the 200?
We gotta be way off the rails for 200, right?
We're not gonna find the rails in the snow either. So.
no, that's right.
Oh, what's new and exciting, EP?
Well, you guys Joe was talking about not going into work, but I'm considered essential personnel, like as a journalist, like we can drive.
I thought you meant for the podcasters.
Yeah,
well,
that's what I thought too.
Of course, for this too, but for a state of emergency, like we're allowed to be out driving, like so we can go be idiots and drive in the snow. Obviously, we don't drive like idiots in the snow, but we're allowed to be out there. So I'll be going to work later today for sure, but I'm still gonna, I can't let everybody down. I crack open a little adult beverage. I got some Fireball, a little adult beverage here, so.
I like it. Look at that low carb. Look at that low carb beer you got cooking with.
Yeah. Got to. I mean, listen, it's at that time of year, so got to get in shape for my swimsuit on the live streams. So,
oh God, Jesus.
Speaking of that,
I think he's getting live stream, Patreon, OnlyFans, all confused.
Also, I don't love where this is going when he said, "Speaking of that." God only knows where this could go.
There's new merchandise out there. Eugene Ponderosa's toe socks, terrific toe socks, are available now with the code that is behind Joe right there. It's 69% off. Just for right now. They're back in stock, so get on them right now.
Yeah.
So that's
on the line.
Get on
the line.
Yep.
There may not be an episode 201.
We peaked, boys. I mean, at what point did we just say we peaked and just shut
we did peak?
All right, let me try to reel us back in. I did go to a card show yesterday. I was the only one. Mike didn't go to it. I did go to a card show. First time I've been to a card show in a couple months probably, and I didn't set up. I just went there, walked around, and bought some stuff, and it was great. It felt really good, and I was texting back and forth with Card Show Kevin, who I met up with there at the show, and I was texting with him yesterday after the show, and he asked if I got a good deal because I was going through he and Gage bought a collection together. They had a box of like 25, $5 for $1 cards that I went through and pulled a bunch of stuff. He said, "Gage, give you a good deal?" I was like, "Absolutely, great deal." And I was talking back and forth with him afterward, and I was like, I think maybe my thought would be to set up at a show and then the next show walk the floor. I had a lot of fun walking the floor. I don't, if I'm set up, I don't really walk the floor. So I think I'm going to do like alternate in the future of card shows when I go to them. So
I'll get some employees to watch the table while you walk the show. I see that on vlogs all the time.
But I feel like I kind of want to stay focused as the seller or the buyer. I kind of want to try to like do both. But I did get some cards. I got a bunch of 1997, I think this is, of the metal baseballs. There's a whole stack of those that I got in the box. I think they're going to trip me put together the set, maybe binder up the set.
I'll sell you those for $5 for $1. I have
all right,
2 piles of them here.
Okay, awesome, perfect. Clint set me up with a bunch of like oddball Reggie Jackson cards, very very cool. And I picked up this one from James, just an Alonzo Mourning insert card that I didn't have. So from 1990.
You'll see that on 3 cards in a couple of weeks, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know it.
Maybe this week.
So
maybe.
So I just picked up a bunch of cards, my kinds of cards, nothing major. I got to get a couple $5 cards from Gage as well, but nothing crazy. Just had a lot of fun walking around, finding some baseball cards.
I can only speak for myself here. I don't know if you agree with this, Joe, but over the last, let's say 24 hours or so between this recording and our texting, I have heard the term walk the floor way more times than I think I have ever heard in my life. You just said walk the floor like 5 times in a span of like 12 words.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know a chance to walk the floor.
New drinking game. Uh-oh.
like I think of like the National when I hear that, and he's talking about this little mall show.
It's been so long, dude. It's been so long.
I guess you were very excited
back in 2012. You know.
Oh, come on.
That feels targeted.
Like it's intentional. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Sorry I missed it, but I didn't feel like going, so I didn't go.
Sorry I missed it. I just didn't want to go.
I didn't.
There were a lot of. I was shocked at how many people were there. Like it was a really busy show. Like for being as cold as it was outside. Like I think it was like the real feel was like -5 or -7 when I got out of my car to walk in there. But there was a ton of people there. It was a really really good show for dealers.
Probably mostly the same dealers that are always there, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's my issue. Like I'm kind of burnt out on. Mm-hmm. They had so many shows in November and December that I just kind of I feel like I'm just looking at the same stuff that I didn't buy last time because there are too many shows for dealers. There aren't a lot of dealers that actually add new inventory to their stuff, which, I mean, that makes it not fun because you go and you see the same stuff.
Well, that's why I was supposed to set up, and I texted Bill on Wednesday or Thursday. I said, listen, I don't have anything new. I haven't done any work on card stuff, so I don't want to set up. I don't want to set up with the exact same stuff that I had months and months ago. I don't want to go there with that same stuff. At this point, been there not long enough, or been there. It's been so long since I set up. I didn't want to have the exact same stuff and show up with that stuff. So I do think about that kind of stuff too. But to give you an idea how long it's been since I actually was able to walk around at the show, I didn't change that. I did. I just save you guys. I would only be drunk 10 minutes into the show. But yeah, the amount of Pokemon tables, that whole one wing, like after you get to the middle, like going that one far side, I could not believe just like Pokemon table. Like I have not witnessed that yet. So that was it was wild to see all those Pokemon tables now. Crazy.
Well, I got a new card and I'm really excited to show it. I got this package delivered the other day from FedEx. I'm like, I have no idea what's coming from FedEx. So like Topps Baseball's not out yet. I had no idea what it was. Get it, just this little box. I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I haven't been ordering anything, so I don't know I open it up. I see a graded card in the top. I'm like, what in the world is this? And then I pull it out and I find that it is my new favorite card. My signed Todd McFarlane baseball card. From the day I found out this card existed, I've been saying this would be so cool if I could get it signed. And CGC had him in for a signing. I sent it. I didn't know if he would sign it or not. It wasn't a Marvel card. I'm like, I really hope. And I opened up the box, didn't even know it was signed or shipped back. And I pulled this out and I was just giddy. Like, I don't think I've been as excited about a piece of cardboard even since I got back into cards. This is by far the coolest thing I think I've gotten in a long time. I'll put it up there with my PSA 10, wherever, right there, and have the twins. I'm just so excited for that card. So excited.
You need to, first off, you need to put up your second case. How many cards now have you said, oh, I need to put this up?
I'm going to need a third case by the time I get the second one up. Yeah.
But I do want to shout out, because I have a comic book coming back. Hopefully it just randomly shows up. Apparently he's been signing the last couple of weeks and they've just been mailing things out. So I have my Spawn #1 newsstand coming in, but I do want to give a shout out and do it again when that comic book comes in, to Mighty Comics and Collectibles, Lawrence over there. I've mentioned him on the chat. If there's ever any comic book news, he's the person he's kind of my comic book news source a little bit. But he does this video every week about comic books, like some of the prices randomly going up, right? And he's like, the one week he was like, I don't know why McFarlane comics are going up so much. And then the next week, his top 10 list was all McFarlane comics, and he had looked into it, and he had noticed that Todd was signing at CGC for the first time in 3 years. Now, I would go to the website and check every so often, but never got my hopes up. When he said that, I went to the site, I saw it was true, and I sent the alert out. I needed to make sure, and I was hoping you sent out some McFarlane Spider-Man cards. You decide not to. Yeah, and then Mike, I remember saying to you, we better send these in quick, because I'm pretty sure they're going to shut it down, because there is the amount of people who are buying McFarlane comic books to send over there is crazy right now. And we sent it in, and what was it, like a week later, I think they shut it down. They said, okay, we got our fill. So big shout out to Lawrence for mentioning that, because I don't know if we would have noticed it. I check every so often, but maybe if I waited and didn't check until towards the end, it might have been too late, because they shut it down. I want to say almost a month before the deadline date was, which is crazy.
Yeah, you can only imagine how many things they probably got in. I remember when Mike first got that card and was showing it to us and talking about how awesome would it be to get this graded or get this signed, like to get an autograph. I remember that his immediate reaction was to get that signed. I don't think it might have even been a text, might have even been like on this show, it might have been a text to us immediately saying how awesome it would be to sign such a ridiculous card, and then so also get it signed. It's so good.
I hope he got that
was smiling.
Yeah,
I want to be in the room when he opened that up. Yeah.
Oh, so
I
awesome.
actually watched his IG videos of him signing some stuff, and I was hoping, like, I saw him signing some cards and some comic books. The comic books are taking just a PSA for people. The comic books are taking a little bit longer because after he signs them, they send him off to get pressed to make sure that you get the best grade possible, right? So that's why the comic books are taking a little bit longer than the cards are. But I was watching videos of him signing stuff. I'm like, oh my God, have that card. Have that card. That would be, because I'd love to see his reaction when he saw it.
It'd be great. All right. Well, let's get into it, boys and girls. Boy, I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but Logan Paul is selling a Pokemon card. Bear with us. We're not a Pokemon podcast. This kind of ties into everything in the hobby, though. So Logan Paul has that up for auction on Golden Auction. I think it's over $6 million already. But Ken Golden decided to do Logan Paul a little favor. Now, the story is this is by complete surprise that Logan had no idea this was happening. But Joe, it's okay, Joe. We're going to get there. But Ken Golden decided to have the card re-slabbed by PSA. And even though there has been a lot of talk about the condition of the card probably not being a 10, it came back a 10. Yes, it was re-slabbed, confirmed to be a 10. I'm sure this has nothing to do with the old boy network in the hobby. And I'm totally sure it's 100% legitimate that Ken Golden on his own would make the call to reholder and possibly regrade a card that's worth over $6 million without letting the owner know, right? That happens all the time. Total surprise. Yeah, but the big story is here. If I have that card and it's worth $30, I'm going to guess that it doesn't come back a 10 when I send it back in. But I'm going to guess that just like when they got the Hannes Wagner graded, they do favors. Hey, now if you reholder this for us, this will be a 10, right? Oh yeah, Mr. Golden. Come on. This is just the same old shit going on in the hobby that has always gone on, and it's going to keep going on.
That is a huge story because of the fact that I don't know if this card was a 10 when it was first graded. Keep in mind that the slab that it was in was well before PSA started actually scrutinizing Pokemon cards like they are now. This card, from the looks of it, was either graded too high when it was first graded, or when it was, he wore this at matches. He wore this all over the place. Pokemon cards do not stay, and we might be talking about this in a video, but sometimes cards do not stay where they should be staying when they're in slabs. They bounce around all the time, especially the 20 point. Isn't that what Pokemon cards are? 20 point? I know they're not 35 point.
No, they're not 35.
So they're going to be sliding around in a slab left and right. So either it was overgraded when it was first graded, when PSA was very lax on their grading, or it got jacked up in the slab. One of those two things happened, because if you look at especially the back of the card, there is a lot of white on those rounded corners. There just are. So that's a huge story in and of itself. The other part of this that I was thinking of, and our friend Tyler Simmons posted about this on his Twitter page, the thing that bothers me about this is if I was buying this card, part of the lore of this card is that he wore this card in that slab all over the country, all over these famous matches, the Mike Tyson match, the one, this last match where he got the shit kicked out of him. He wore that card in that slab everywhere. That's part of the value of it, in my opinion. If I was buying this card and putting you're not just buying this card. It's kind of like the Wayne Gretzky owned Honus Wagner, right? Like or the Nick Cage Superman comic book. There's a little bit extra on top of that because of where it came from, right? I would want this card in the chain, in the case, in the slab, the card that he went around with all the time at these matches. So I actually think, and it won't affect it because whatever, I actually think this devalues the card a little bit, or the whole package. I think it actually devalues the whole package a little bit. And beyond that, what are they doing with that? Now, this is my idea, boys. That slab that they cracked it out of, would you be shocked if there was Topps Now cards made with pieces of that slab or pieces of that flip? Like, where did that cracked slab go? Would you put it past any company doing something like that? I wouldn't at all.
No, I wouldn't be surprised in the least.
Yeah, that cracked slab is worth a lot of money.
It really is.
It's really, yeah. I mean, like you said, Joe. One of the points I was going to make was like this devalues that card, in my opinion, because people have seen that card in the ring. They know what it should look like, and have it be a pristine case definitely is not going to be great. I mean, the collectors who want the actual card, they won't care about that. But I think, like you said, what makes this special is the previous ownership and what, the story of the card, which gets lost in so many things. When the card gets reslabbed, that gets lost, and so that's a terrible thing. I'm so frustrated by our buddy Mike Jones sent in his Charizard. To send a handful of Pokemon cards from 1999, the original ones, and his card's not going to get that love. I sent a card in with an order with Rob. We sent through GameStop. I talked about that a little bit ago, and mine came back a 9. I one Pokemon card and it came back a 9. There's no way that card should be a 10. Like I looked at it, there's no white showing. It's perfectly centered. I have no idea what they saw in it, but the fact that this card, which we all know definitely has been through the ringer in that case, comes back a 10 anyway. Like it's so frustrating as a regular normal collector, not one of these high-end turds that are sending in they get all the special deals with everybody. Not being one of us lowly peons. Like it's just frustrating, and like makes you almost not want to ever send a card and get graded because it doesn't make any. It's gross. It doesn't make any sense. It's terrible.
And keep in mind too that there's an eBay guarantee on their grade, right? So if they regraded it and it came back a 9, how much would PSA have had to shell out? Even though there's a cap supposedly, but that cap apparently only affects certain people, right? It doesn't affect the Logan Paul and Goldens of the world. But by the way, Mike, to your first point, there's no way this is a surprise. Like Logan Paul could have sued Ken Golden for the difference between a 9 and a 10 if that in fact happened, because Ken Golden just decided on a whim to send that off to get regraded. Come on, unless he said, I guarantee you it'll come back at 10 because I'm buddy with Nat Turner.
Well, I mean, he knew it would be a 10. There's absolutely, he doesn't do, like, you can call Ken Golden many things, but he's not stupid. So, yeah, he 100% knew that they would grade it. He checked with PSA and they said, oh, yeah, we'll just re-slab it. We won't change the grade. Like, absolutely, you can't convince me otherwise. There's no way they would have ever taken the chance of the grade going down. They knew it would come back at 10. They were guaranteed by PSA that the grade wouldn't change. You can fight me all you want to, but you will never convince me that that wasn't done. Second of all, like I feel like I do think that the original slab was probably like it is the cool part of the story, but I think there was so much talk about it that they decided that it was going to impact the value more by people thinking it wasn't a 10. So they hatch up this plan that, okay, well, I'll call Nat and, we can talk with him and he said he put a 10 on it and now it'll be confirmed so people don't have any issues with the grade.
But the grader's grade blind, Mike, so I'm sure.
I was going to say that too.
Just had no clue for this super rare card. I'm sure they had no idea.
That one card that's being auctioned currently.
Right.
Is going to be reholdered and they don't know what it is. Yeah. That kind of puts a big flaw into their argument there. But yeah, I really feel like they determined that the talk around the grade of the condition of the card was going to affect it more than taking it out there. It still comes in the necklace and everything, because Ken Golden said, well, it's all from just the necklace hitting it and stuff. It wasn't abused or anything. Yeah, right. And they made it so that it won't hit it anymore, and they put some kind of covering on the chain, so if it hits, they have a whole story for it. But just again, another example of the old boy network is still around in this hobby, and the big players here will do favors for the big players here, because that's how it works. Is more money for all of them, so they're always going to do that.
Did they grade and encase the chain? Is that graded as well?
They're going to grade the cracked slab, I think, is what they're going to do. I do disagree with your premise, Mike, that anyone gives a shit what the card actually looks like, that if it says a 10, it's always a 10, right? So I don't know if anyone actually cares what the card looks like. It could say a 10 and they're fine with it. It
seems like Pokemon collectors care a little more about that than sports cards.
I'm curious who the buyer ends up being, though. I don't think it'll be a Pokemon.
Oh God, no.
It's going to be either an investor or someone who loves Logan Paul. I don't think it has anything to do with Pokemon, to be honest.
Might be Kevin O'Leary. Who knows?
Might be Kevin O'Leary. Yeah.
All right. Well, next story here. We'll save Kevin O'Leary for a little bit. Topps has announced that they're going to have 1952 style rookie cards in 2026 Topps baseball. They're going to have 21 rookies, and the 52 design is going to be used. They're going to be a short print of the regular card in the base set. They have the short print, and they also have autos, but they only have autos numbered to 10, 5, and the 1 of 1. We knew they were going to use the 52 design because it's the 75th anniversary, and they should. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. I think it's kind of cool, actually, how they're doing it. I like that it's replacing the base card, so it's a short print version of that card, but it'll be the 52 variation. Only doing it for rookie cards. I think it's kind of cool that they're doing it. Don't always talk positively about Fanatics and Topps, but I kind of like this decision, because it's kind of, they're not just doing it on everything yet.
Everyone sit down, pull the car over just in case you're listening to us on the road. Okay. I don't hate this. There it is. There you go. I know. Everyone okay? Everyone okay? Everyone okay with that? Yeah. So I actually do not hate this. I because I said they should just make the whole set in the 52 style. And EP reminded me that they go back in time and do, like, what year is this one supposed to be an homage
1991.
to? 1991. Yeah. I don't know if it ended up being an homage to 91 from the. It did. Yep. So they kind of mixed the going back and doing the homage to 91. And then they're doing the 52 as a short print. Again, that doesn't offend me at all. I remember when Topps Chrome Football had the Chickle cards as short prints back in the day, back in the early, the late aughts. So, like, I'm fine with this, and it adds some value to a base card. It makes it a short print, and I don't have a problem with the autos being it. While, what'd you say, Mike? 10, 15. So there's 16 of each auto. Mm-hmm. That doesn't feel that bad to me. Like, it makes it rare enough that they'll have value, but it doesn't make it so rare that they're unattainable. If they only did 1-of-1s of all those, no one would have had to pull over. No one would have had to sit down. I would have lambasted it. But the fact that there's at least a few out there that folks can get in this style, probably sticker autos, but I digress. I actually don't mind that. Right. So it is what it is. So yeah, I'm okay with it. Now, EP, it'd be hilarious if you lambasted them right now. Do it, EP. Throw everyone for
do it. Do it, EP.
I can't do it, man. Like we like they needed if they this is a terrific use of their property. Like they needed to do something in 52. I thought they were gonna like just do it like an entire like parallel set of, maybe not parallel is the wrong word to use, but a set that is that it was like a full set of like 100 cards or something like that. I think just choosing the rookies and doing it that way is perfect. Like if any of these rookies end up turning into the next Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani or whoever, like this is going to be a moment and a thing that's going to like make that the 52 set going to keep that the love of that set going on, even though nobody's going to forget about the 52 mantle. I think it does like perpetuate that the love of the 52 set. So I think it's very cool, a good idea. And the point about the autos is also great. They're adding like there's not always a really, really big, like maybe there's a 1-on-1 here and there that's a big chase, but these are going to add a nice chase that, again, like Joe said, they are limited, but it is attainable. It's more attainable than a 1-on-1 at least. And so to add that, an attainable, potentially high value card into the flagship set, that this is what they should be doing more of, especially with the 70th anniversary, the way they're doing it. I got to give them flowers for this one.
Shocking. The 52 set, the actual 52 set has the facsimile autos on them, right? Yep. Does this have a facsimile auto plus a sticker auto? Because I think that actually be kind of fun too. I'm not sure. I didn't notice, but I'm curious if like the short print have the facsimile auto of the rookie, and then what the auto version of it would look like. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It looks weird to me when like you see a Mickey Mantle on card auto of the 52 Mickey Mantle. It's like, why did he sign it twice? And then you remember, oh, that's right. That's the one is the facsimile that they put on it.
All right. Well, one set that they're not going to be making anymore is the Montgomery Club set, because Topps this week announced that they are eliminating the 582 Montgomery Club. Now, if you're not aware of what this has been around since 2018. It was by invitation only at first. It was hard to get a membership to this, but you paid an annual amount. You got the 582 top set, the Montgomery Club set, and they gave you early access to some other pre-orders, stuff like that, but it's being done away with. My assumption is there's not enough product to be sold direct to consumer anymore. So they don't want people to be paying money. And so actually they're doing us a favor. Not that I'm Montgomery, but those people a favor, because they're not going to make product available to you. So at least they're not going to charge you to not be able to get it. So another win for Topps, right?
Yeah. Topps is crushing it this week. You said it started in 2018.
Yeah.
So, like, at least it's not something that started in like 1968 or something like that. And it's like, oh, it's this club that's kind of like a rent control apartment where you pay a little bit and they give you something for it, and they're eliminating that. Since it's 2018, I don't know. I don't care.
Okay.
I think from what I've read and stuff, I've never been part of this program. I was never invited back in the day, and I'd never thought about getting into it.
It's hard to get into it, though, even if you want to.
Yeah, but I think from based on what I've seen and heard, like it has been declining in the like value proposition anyway. Like they haven't been giving as many like good deals, and like I think at this point
since Fanatics took over,
right. I think that like the set is the only thing left that they're getting now, right? Like there's there was incentive to getting in there before, but that has dwindled to almost nothing, I think, now, based on a lot of the things I've been seeing. So I guess good riddance to it, I guess. I feel bad for the people that were in it, that were enjoyed it, but I mean,
but it's nice of Topps to not charge them to get nothing. So
right, yeah, sure.
Speaking of Topps charging, oh boy, we got to talk about Topps Chrome Sapphire basketball in this situation. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but first of all, the pre-sale price was $1,000 a box for 8 packs of 4 cards. So, Joe, how much is that? 32 cards for $1,000.
Oh, that's weird. Way too fucking much.
Oh, okay.
That's weird that's what popped up on my. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I have a sassy calculator. We've established this. Yeah.
But the interesting thing about this is breakers seem to have a ton of it. Yet, like, what? I guarantee you, you're watching right now. You don't know anybody who won this in the EQL drop. Nobody is getting it. I saw Neo had posted something on Twitter that there was a Discord where 3 people out of 100 in it said that they won a box in the EQL drop. If you look on eBay, there are only 16 boxes, like different listings available, and I'm not even sure if they're all from EQL. Usually, if people got the product, it's listed right away on eBay because it's selling for many thousands of dollars. But it is absolutely obvious that Topps did not share any of this product with the consumer. It's all going to breakers. I think Backyard Breaks was breaking it all day long. Filth Bomb, their favorite breaker, had tons of it. Yet again, you can't even drop a little bit for, I guarantee you this was nowhere near the supposed, 40% thing that Michael Rubin was talking about. He was talking about regular Topps, by the way, when he was talking about that, not their other product. I don't think they gave 5% of this product to the consumers.
We're going to talk more on Wednesday, as Mike alluded, about revisiting his interview, and there's some interesting things he said about hobby shops and folks like that, and the collectors getting products directly because the distributors are such assholes. We need to do this directly, right? So more on that to come on Wednesday. But as for Sapphire, by the way, we've done like awards the last couple of years, and the one award we do is the biggest money grab. I think we found our winner for 2026 already. This might be it. Sapphire in general. I was watching some Marvel Studios Sapphire. I like the amount of wasted money for literally the same cards with a little bit different of a shine to them is craziness to me. Plus all the parallels from the regular Topps Chrome just gets transferred over Sapphire, and it's done in that what do you call that?
Cracked dice.
Cracked dice style, right? Yep. So they're just all like the orange out of 25. If you have the orange out of 25 of one in Topps Chrome, there's an orange out of 25 just done in a little cracked dice style in another. It's absolutely such a horrific money grab. And that's why I keep saying at some point flagship's going to go away because they can print this stuff. And yes, it's more expensive, but people are going to buy it. If not people, breakers are going to be forced to buy it. So why waste all your time and energy on a $100 box of cards when you can probably squeeze just as much money out of a $500 box of cards? You have to print less so you can print more of other things. That's why I've been saying about this flagship thing for a while now. Products like this are going to replace it, and it's going to the collectors again. This Sapphire stuff is so ridiculous, and dare I say, worse than anything Panini has done. I don't remember them doing, I take that back. All right, I'm going to correct myself right out of the gate. They did do some of like the Dragon International stuff like this, but it didn't go for this price. Not out of the gate, not from Panini. On the secondary market, it absolutely did. But this Sapphire feels like a real massive money grab.
Sapphire products have always been kind of cool, but they're just always way too expensive to me. I don't know the exact numbers, but I want to say like a box is like a box used to be $100 for a regular Chrome, and then the Sapphire was like $300. So it was always kind of cool, but like, why would you pay more for that? But this does like this on steroids, right? Like $1,000 for what we're getting right now just seems outrageous. And the singles were always like, it was always cool to find a Sapphire baseball card single, like it was cool to find them, but they never went for the commons never go for, they're not going for like hundreds of dollars each or anything like that. They're still a dollar card. They're gonna have the same thing with this, but now the price to entry, the price to get into this is so much more, so crazy. The math on Joe's calculator, it doesn't. Again, another thing that makes no sense, but it's gonna happen and keep happening because the breakers are gonna buy it and people are gonna buy into the breaks. And I can't. I wonder what it costs to get into a break for like a decent team in this product. Is it gonna be like $1,000 probably?
It's so expensive. It's so expensive, EP, that the Blezpop, who I watched non-sports breaks of, were doing the Marvel Sapphire, right? And they were only doing one box at a time, and they were doing random card. They weren't even doing characters because I don't know if people would have bought it or not. I'm suspecting they would have eventually, but basketball, it's going to be that, like you said, EP on steroids. And I do want to correct myself. Like, Panini does have products that are parallels of their base. Like they have the white sparkle packs. That's a big thing. But again, on the secondary market, that stuff actually goes for something. I don't know if like commons are going to go for anything. You're going to find them in the same dollar boxes that you would find the base cards, right?
Obviously, the sapphires of like the bigger athletes, like the Shohei Ohtani sapphire rookie card is probably like outrageously priced, but the commons are like they're not worth it. And if you know anything about baseball and then even the basketball set this year, like Mike said way back when he opened up the you got a jumbo box, I think, right, Mike, of the basketball, and there's so many of the retired stars in there as well. Like the chances of getting like that Cooper Flag sapphire rookie card is one card out of the needle in a haystack. So to get that card in the box, in the configuration that's in for $1,000, like you're not going to get it. Like it seems like such a money grab, like you said, Joe.
Well, it doesn't matter because you can't get it anyway. So it all just goes
true. Yeah.
The only way you can get those cards is to buy it from a breaker. This product more than any other product is absolutely 100% Fanatics sending you to a breaker if you want this product. And there's no way around that. Just when nobody got it, literally nobody, like nobody got it. Nobody knows anybody who got it.
I'd love to know what Fanatics is charging the breakers per box, because
Probably
if they're
more,
if they're charging, what'd you say, Mike, 1,000 on the drop?
1,000, yeah.
Would you be shocked because of what the breakers are putting a premium on teams and things like that? Would you be shocked if they were getting 1,500 a box out of the breakers? Wouldn't shock me.
Again, I saw Neo post another thing on Twitter. He did like some rough math on a break that Backyard Breaks was running. It was, I believe, Sapphire and the first off the line Prism Football together.
Woof.
And his rough calculation was they made like $100,000 profit on the break.
Oh my God. I've been saying this is Monopoly money, right? Like they've been playing with Monopoly money for a long time, but that's what they're playing with right now. It's just crazy.
He's probably right on the math, but I will say I don't know if they're making that much profit on the break because we don't know what they're actually being charged to be forced to buy this from Fanatics.
He said though, even like assuming retail prices for that stuff, it was like $30,000 a box for the Sapphire and $25,000 for the other. But the spots they had, I forget, they were charging a ridiculous amount of money and selling it out, and it was going to be like $100,000 profit. So, and
that's one break, and they are breaking 24/7.
Yeah,
like the amount of money that they are making.
Yeah, and they're making, and we can't get boxes from Topps Direct. This is. I mean, that part of the hobby is screwed. That's now the sports book. That's now, Fanatics gambling casino there that's unregulated. It's always been, but clearly they just don't care.
I'm doing this whole breaking on our channel thing wrong. What am I doing?
You are. I know.
I think I made like $3 on the last one. Yeah, geez.
You probably lost money. Actually, you probably lost money.
I filled it in. Shipping. I think I made $3 because I charged you guys for shipping and you didn't. I hand delivered them. So there it is.
Well, somebody who isn't losing money, apparently, I referred to this earlier. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, he's the big card dealer now because somebody with money said, "Hey, dude, you got to come over here. All these rubes here are getting, we can take money from like shooting fish in a barrel right here." He said that the dual logo man, the autograph that they bought for $12 million in August, is now worth $17 to $20 million. He was on Fox and Friends with his buddy Shine. I forget what the guy's real name is. I don't really care. But yeah, apparently Card Ladder has this one-of-one card that has only been sold I don't know how many times. Now it's 17 million. And I believe Shine on his own index had it at 20 million. So that's probably why the range is there. So clearly in a couple months time, the card has appreciated $5 million because we're in a hobby where rich people can come in and buy cards and say, "Oh, this is worth this much now." And people just believe it. And the next person goes, "Oh, well, this is worth this. I'm going to pay it." it just like how I can only imagine what Kevin O'Leary thinks when he's doing this stuff. He's like, oh my God, this is collectively the dumbest group of people I have ever met. And you can just come in here and take all their money and they're happy to have you take it.
Oh yeah. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Exactly. This is like beyond crazy that now we have people who aren't even part of the hobby coming in, throwing money down, and then telling us what their cards that they paid a lot of money for are now worth. Here we are.
On an unrelated note, I just wanted to point out that my Patrick Stewart collection is now worth $1.2 million. I have decided.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I made quite a profit on that bad boy. I mean, and who's anyone to say? I'm just as big of an expert on these cards as they are on that card, right? So I can say, no, these cards are worth $1.2 million. This is absolutely crazy. And what's hilarious is I don't know if people realize that, I mean, that card is not for us. We're never gonna like go up to Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and say, hey, we'll give you $17 million for that card. He's actually also making his rich friends seem dumb too if one of them is willing to come and actually pay $17 million. So it's like who's the owner of the Diamondbacks, right? Is a massive card collector.
Oh yeah. He's the guy.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like what is he going to sell that to him for 17 million? You know, like who's he? I don't understand the point of this other than to have a dick measuring contest. I really don't. Like, who are you helping? Or like, what are you trying to accomplish by saying that this card that you bought that has like a handful of people who can afford it is now worth $5 million more than you paid for it? Like, what is it literally just to say, hey, look, I have the $17 million card? Because he's not going to get someone like us to buy it. So I really don't understand the end game. But like I said last week about something else, there's a conspiracy here. There's an end game here. I just don't know what it is. Like, I can't figure out why they would do this other than to say, look how awesome I am. Well, but where do they get that money from is my question. Like, it's obviously about money, but are they like leveraging that?
Line.
Yeah.
Right. So they're fucking with their rich people, right?
Yeah.
Other rich people that are dumber.
No, dumber. No, not dumber. Let me answer your question for you. What they're going to do is he's going to sell it to somebody else who's going to say, oh, now this car is worth 25 million. And it's going to keep going up the line. There's another one of these rich people that are going to say, okay, well, this card is now worth 25 million. They're going to keep upping the value of it. Like, it's going to be this like this ridiculous thing. They're 100%. As soon as I heard that's what he was saying, he's like, oh, he's going to sell it to one of his rich buddies, who's then going to say 2 years from now, oh, that card is now worth 25 million. Like that is what.
And hopefully, one of these rich people who are just rich enough to afford it get caught holding the bag.
There's not going to be a bag. The problem is they're going to be able to continue to raise the value of it artificially by being super rich and selling to other super rich people. And what that is going to do is it's going to filter down everybody else, and it's going to just be like the breakers and stuff. Like, we'll never be able to purchase one of these cards. And I mean, not that we probably ever could anyway, but like that's going to consider like this the high end. Everybody at the high end is operating at this like different ethereal level that we could never even dream of, and they're okay with like doing what he's doing right now, and the next person's gonna, like I said, 25 million. Like, it's just it's very upsetting.
That
you guys can tell.
Kind of like we talked about, like the 101, you know, like the rich people kind of know when this is going to go for auction, so they buy up the 5s and the 10s. Like, do we think that has something to do with it? Because again, if it's going from rich person to rich person to rich person, does it actually affect us other than us sitting here going, this is stupid?
Well, there's more to this, because apparently the same group of people that own this card also own the 2004 Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James triple logo man. Now, it's not autographed, but it's a triple logo man. And guess what? Kevin O'Leary on the same show, after talking about the card that they bought for 12 million, which is now worth 17, said this card's worth 25 to 30 million. So you can see how this works, because I bought this card, and keep in mind, one of it has an autograph of a deceased player who's never going to sign again. And now this other one that doesn't have autographs on it, we have this one. This one, because it has 3 logo men on it instead of 2, is worth more. And it's worth 25 to 30 million. Nobody knows what this, apparently this card was purchased from somebody in Puerto Rico in a private sale, and nobody knows when it sold and what it sold for.
Did Bad Bunny on this card?
That sounds made up.
But it's now worth, according to the people that own it, it's now worth $25 to $30 million.
Where did Pat Patterson win that tournament for the first IC championship that wasn't real?
Rio de Janeiro.
It feels like a Rio de Janeiro thing where no one was ever in Rio de Janeiro, but somehow someone came out of a tournament with a championship belt. Again though, like this cracks me up. It's just like them trying to raise the price of these ridiculously high valued cards.
We went from
their friends.
We went from the most expensive card in this hobby being what, like $10 million to all of a sudden 12, which is now worth 17, and this one's worth 30 in 5 months.
And before the boom, wasn't the most valuable card like $1 million card? Wasn't the Honus Wagner like a maybe $2.5 million? But sticking in my head.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering too if, my conspiracy hat's all the way across the room. I won't get it, but I'm wondering if he's using these assets to leverage like loans, to leverage other sort of financial obligations. Like, oh, I have this, I paid 12 million. Now it's worth 17 million. I want money for a business proposition I'm doing. I'm going to use this collateral.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be something like that. It's absolutely crazy. But again, if anyone needs the Patrick Stewart collection I'll give you 1.1 million. I'm going to go lower on my index and sell that to you. But
yeah, I mean,
absolutely crazy.
We're missing out, guys. Like we need to make our own index for like the Tiki Barber card. Like, I mean, we could definitely we can make sure that all of our card collections are worth a lot of money if we just create our own index, right?
Yeah, our own index and our own grading company. What are we doing? And our own breaking where I make more than $3. Like we got to figure this out. Doing it all wrong.
All right. Well, I may have mentioned earlier that this is the 200th episode of the podcast. So since we have a little bit of time at the end of the episode, not a whole lot of news. I think we covered the most important. I have other things here, but I don't want to talk about them. I want to talk about 200 episodes of the podcast. Just want to have a little chat with you guys about things.
Geez.
Like, I want to know what surprises you guys the most, that in doing 200 episodes of this, what still makes you go, I can't believe that?
So the obvious answer is just people actually watching us. So that's like the overall one. But I'll say some of the comments that Mike and I saw, because, some of the comments that Mike and I saw during the Q&A were some of the nicest comments I've ever read about, how we're the only thing folks watch on a weekly basis. They're like, we're the only card content some people watch. And like, that blows my mind. Like we're not the only card content I watch. I think this just made the top 5.
Doesn't even watch.
Right. This made my top 5 just barely in the YouTube rap thing. But like, there are people who are like, oh, I'm so happy I get to wake up and have my coffee on Saturday for this extra video you guys are doing. Like that, those type of comments just floor me every time. And we appreciate it more than you even know. But yeah, I think it's the people there are people that came to us from other channels who now don't watch those other channels and just watch us. So to hear that, and to have some folks say that to me on text or IG or in the comments, it just blows my mind.
Yeah, me not reading the comments is not a reflection on how much I love you, all the viewers and everybody.
It is.
Like, no, it's true. It is not a reflection. It's not the case whatsoever. The 100%. This is the thing, right? Like the fact that, like, as somebody, I work in journalism, and we have we have websites, that sort of stuff. But like we're looking at the people that interact and stuff like that, those percentages. But to think that so many people are clicking like and they're leaving comments. Like those people are like the very, very small percentage of people that actually watch you do that. But I think we have a higher percentage than the standard, like the standard where people talk about it, but trying to get engagement. And I think that says a lot about the viewers and us and stuff. And so that it's surprising that I could be a part of this. Three guys from Central Pennsylvania, the three old guys, we'll say, from Central Pennsavania, are letting people, maybe not Joe because he's young,
that young whippersnapper,
young buck. But who would care about watching us? But I mean, that's we obviously we like to hear ourselves talk, and we have fun. We have a good time when we're together and stuff like that. So that's why there was this idea. But then to have the number of people that actually care enough to comment and is Mike used the word flabbergasted earlier. Like I'm flabbergasted always at when we see a new number pop up on the number of subs we have and stuff like that. Just it's humbling, really.
Mm-hmm. And I agree. Like, first of all, that anybody watches is clearly something. But like Joe, like you're saying, the fact that we actually mean something to people. Like we don't feel that when we're recording. We're getting together, we're having a good time, we're doing this for fun. We're not doing it to be rich, we're not doing it to be famous. We're doing it because we honestly like to get together. We're three friends that go back a long time that now have an excuse to once a week shoot the shit with each other. Mm-hmm. But like that people actually care, that there are people that look forward to it. There are people that are happy to be able to spend a little bit of time and get away from the real world and watch us like that. I can't even comprehend that, but like they are like the people that are like that are watching your customers at my shop. Like that's what this is. This was the shop. This was me behind the counter and Joe and EP on the other side. We're all standing there for hours on end talking. And that happened all the time. And now you guys are the people that come in the door that get to hear us talk and like join in and talk to us too. And like, that's what's really cool to me, that we have, it is a community. It's not just, we're not just throwing content out here. People, I don't care if you agree with us, disagree, but like I do, it really does feel cool to know that like you would fit in back in the day at the shop.
Mm-hmm. And we're as genuine as all get out. Like we're not called, we're not.
Joe is like this all the time.
Yeah, this is
He actually dials it down a little bit for the show.
I dial it down, but like the general gist is there. But Mike said, and then this is what made me think of it. Mike's like, oh, you're someone who would have come into the shop and talked to us, and I'll tell you what, depending on who you were, if you walked out, we might have had some words to say about you.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we still do that.
But friendly banter about the people.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite moments that we've had doing this for 200 episodes now?
The 5 things EP guarantees that Tops will do will be one of my all-time favorite moments on this channel. Between that,
you were so pumped to do that.
I was so excited, and then we revisited them. Then a few weeks later, a couple months later, that was one of my favorite moments ever on the show. I just had so much fun. EP's facial expressions during that whole bit cracked me up. And then the conspiracy theory hat, I haven't brought it out for a while, but the conspiracy theory hat, and then Mike doing the edit for it, they're a little bit into it, because it's all started with me fakely putting on a conspiracy hat. And then I saw this ridiculous hat. I was watching a pick game and saw this ridiculous hat. I'm like, I need one of those. And I had some Dick's Sporting Goods gift cards. And then, on a more serious note, like us talking about like the gambling aspect of this and how it can actually affect people. And we got some pushback in the comments. We went back and forth with some folks. We got a little vitriol about it, but I stand by everything we said there. And I think it was an important topic that, not the nobody's talking about a bullshit that some people put in their titles, but no one really was talking about at the time. And people are starting to now a little bit, but I feel like we were like the first.
We absolutely were. Yeah.
Like middle-sized channel to actually talk about stuff like this. And I know a few content creators definitely saw that video and started making videos too. There's no doubt in my mind that they did. So the fact that we could shine a light on some of that stuff was really special too.
Yeah, I mean, that might be the best thing that we do. Like I really like enjoy, like I've talked about before about how like I racked up a lot of credit card debt, back in the day, and just kind of like reinforcing that kind of stuff, reinforcing that this is gambling, and they're buying unopened or boxes of new product is gambling. It is predatory, and just the amount of times that I've said that word in the last few weeks, at least. I mean, that to me is important that we're out there, we're getting it out there. As far as like the fun stuff, I mean, I love the intro bits that we do before Mike says let's get into it, like all that stuff. I just love that. That's one of my favorite parts of it. I love everything you're talking about. Joe, I can't believe you skipped over the Charlie Day with the board or whatever after I cheated on the Brooklyn Nagurski question. That was fantastic. That was so good. Obviously Eugene Ponderosa has lived on. That was another great moment. There's been a lot of great stuff. I've
make sure you use that code. Make sure you use Eugene.
Right,
there might be a new code coming up this week, but so use this one now while you can.
And I don't know if I'm sure we probably brought it up or something, but there was a moment where before we started recording, Joe had moved his chair and was trying to get it positioned the right way. And so we sat, I don't know how long we were sitting.
Felt like an hour.
Like an hour. You just try to like moving it back and forth a little bit here and there, try to get it perfectly centered or whatever, however we wanted it.
And just as an aside, this MFer made fun of me. And then how many times will he be like, my light's not perfect. What's wrong with my light? Why isn't this working? Why isn't that working?
My camera's not quite.
Yeah. So he made fun of me for that. But I swear to God, people, he does some of the same shit.
It doesn't mean I'm not going to make fun of you.
That's fair.
I love doing the intros because I love when I'm editing the video. I love watching your reactions to see, because I'm trying to pop you guys most of the time. Some of the time, yeah. So like that's like I think it was last week. EP was like cracking up, and I was watching it when I'm editing. I'm like, wow, I didn't like, because I'm focused on the camera and I'm not really seeing your reactions, but I love to see them after the fact. That's a lot of fun. But yeah, I love too that we've kind of like taken on our own roles here. Like Joe's got his bits there, and of course I have to be the straightforward guy here that's just keeping everything together. I'm the glue, if you will. And then you got EP down there that I don't know what he does, but he does the same thing every week, whatever you
wild card, baby.
He just forgets things. You could do a whole if we had a crack research team, could you imagine them going through and clipping every time EP just lost a thought? Like you could do a half-hour show of him
easy.
And the stuff you cut out, Mike. Like you only see some of this stuff. There are things where EP will just completely lose his train of thought.
We have to restart.
That we have to restart the thought. Whoever just spoke right before him has to pretty much re-say what they were going to say, and then EP has to go. It's wild.
Guilty. And you'll notice if you your eagle-eye viewers here, you'll notice at times where Joe and I cover for him when he starts to lose the thought. We're getting to the point where we recognize it a lot of times ahead of time, and we kind of chime in to give him a minute. All right, so like, where do you want to go in the future? What do you see in the future for this podcast? Are we just done? Are we done?
Oh,
we're gonna wrap it up.
Is this the last one?
Maybe.
Oh my God!
Do we have an announcement?
I didn't even know. I didn't even know what.
I'm just saying it's one of the options.
I mean,
do another one.
Honestly, I mean, go out on top, right? I mean, that's so
we're not on top.
We're not on top. All right.
I don't think we are. I don't even know what on top is.
Yeah. I'll send some videos, but so
no, thank you.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting question, because like I don't think we're going to change how we do things. So if we end up with, what are we at, 2.2 something thousand viewers, right? Or subscribers, I'm sorry. Like if we stayed there for another 2 years or 200 episodes or whatever, I don't know that we care. Like, it's nice that more people jump in, but we've never done it for that. So I don't know, like, oh, we're going to be the top whatever company. We're going to be the top whatever channel. I don't just keep doing what we're doing. We're having a good time with it. I don't think we really need to change anything.
Yeah, if we went down to 100, I don't think down to 100 subs, I don't think we would change. I think we would just keep doing what we're doing.
We never thought we'd get to 100.
Right. Yeah, with our family members.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Maybe 100 with our family members, but that kind of thing. But yeah, if we went back down to 100, I don't think we would stop doing what we're doing. We're still going to be getting together to talk, to shoot the breeze about cards and football and whatever else, Marvel movies, whatever else we want to talk about that week. So that's not really been a driver for ours, but I would love for us to increase those numbers. And it would be cool if we had if we could do some sort of Patreon content where stuff was for our like super fans, so they could get a little something extra from us and we could give a little something extra to them. That'd be kind of cool if we got to that point. But I mean, that wouldn't be something that's driving us to, we need to make sure we get there to do these kinds of things. But it would be kind of cool if we got to that point where we could do that stuff. Would be fun. I would love to be able to record at least once a week something myself, just doing an extra show for the viewers. It's not.
I wish we had a name and a framework for it. I wish.
I know. If he had some kind of idea, he might be able to focus a little more.
I know. But I would love to be able to do that, and I would like to see if I can figure out a way to get back into doing that. And so I mean, I love that we do this. I love that people love us, and I would love to see us continue to improve and increase those numbers and things. So
I would love to have like a channel membership or a Patreon or something too, just because there is so much that happens that you guys don't get to see before we start recording, and sometimes after that. Sometimes I just wish I had a way to be able to share that with the viewers, because you would really appreciate it, and you're missing out on some of our best content.
really
Because we really can't put it up on YouTube sometimes. But yeah, so that's good stuff. I do want to, I feel like going forward, I kind of want to have something like this, or a little something at the end of the podcast to get away from the news. We talk about a lot of crappy stuff, a lot of the crap that goes on, that I think it would be fun to have a segment at the end of the show every week where, I don't know if it's doing some kind of trivia with you guys or doing, a card list of something, just something to lighten the mood, have a little fun, and just kind of get to be us for a little bit, maybe 10 or 15 minutes at the end of the show. I don't know. I don't know if you would be interested in that. Let me know in the comments. This is kind of a back and forth with you guys, if anybody's watching.
Right.
I'm sure there are a few will. I'm sure a few will watch.
But yeah, I just something a little. When we started this, I don't know that we had any idea what it was going to be. No. I remember we used to do the little hobby news segment, and then it became more of a current news kind of thing, and we throw our flair in there. But I never, when we were thinking about this, it never anticipated it would become this. I like that it's this. I like talking about current stuff because our other videos are all collector based. So it gives us a chance to give our opinions, which I think can be entertaining sometimes, whether you agree with us or not. So, but yeah, going forward, maybe just a little lighthearted segment toward the end of the podcast.
Real quick, EP mentioned like Patreon, and you mentioned, some sort of members thing. Another thing I really like to see actually is we have so many fun ideas for like merch that at some point I'd really like to like sit down and say, I guarantee you people would buy a shirt, Eugene Ponderosa. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
That there would be people that would do that.
I got called Eugene Ponderosa twice at the card show yesterday.
Yeah. Mike gets full faith and credit for EP. I get full faith and credit for Eugene Ponderosa. EP, you need to come up with something for yourself. Be your own man.
Yeah.
What about Eugene Ponderosa's terrific toe socks? I mean,
but like a picture on a shirt with like the cork board with the Bronco Nagurski thing. I think that'd be freaking hysterical. I think there's a lot of stuff we could do that would be a lot of fun for folks to buy merch of. But again, we don't sell a lot of merch, so that's not really our bag. But I think some of the fun stuff like that, I think might be popular.
Like things that we would want for ourselves.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Last question. how do we get better at this?
Hmm.
There's a deep thinking one.
I'd like to hear from the viewers on that.
Yeah.
I honestly, that's one I'd really like to hear from the viewers on. There are benefits and drawbacks to going first, because this one's tough.
And you didn't know this was coming, so
No.
on the
How do we
spot.
get better? I don't like. There are certain things that I would like. Looking back at some of the old shows, there are things that I wish. Like, I cracked open a beer every episode. I need to get back to that a little bit. I mean, it's such a silly thing. It's not getting better. It's just like, I'm like, I need to maybe relax a little bit more. Maybe not be such a Debbie Downer.
Sorry.
That was for you. That was for you guys. I will say we've been really good this year, and I'd like to see it continue. We've been really, really consistent about getting 4 shows out, 4 pieces of content, we'll call it, out every week. So that would be nice. I don't know. I like our structure, specifically talking about the 200 or because it's the 200th episode, we're specifically talking about the podcast. I really like the flow that we're at. I don't know. Maybe there's not a right answer for that. Maybe there's something that the viewers would like to see. I really don't have a good answer for you on that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it would be up to the viewers. Let us know what you think we should change. I think that our conversation.
Not that we would, by the way. Right, you need
tell us. We're not going to do it.
Yeah. It's not like. But if you have a good idea, we might. I mean, but
we're open to suggestions. We'll put it that way. But but I mean, like the bottom. I like we've talked to each other for a long time, for years and years. We've talked to each other. We know how we know each other's cadence. We know each other how we're talking and what we're talking about. And we all are pretty. I think our knowledge is really good about the hobby, even for the newer stuff. Obviously, we don't know literally everything. It's impossible to know everything. But I feel like we're pretty good in that regard. If there's a change, I think it would be in a different show. If we started another show or something like that, maybe that would be something. But I think as far as this show, the 200 episodes that we've done, I think that what we do here is just, again, us having this conversation. And I think that it's important that it at least follows along the similar path to what we've been doing, just because it works so well as we are. I would like to hear what Mike has to say about it, because Mike is the guy. Like, he's the guy that's holding on for dear life, trying to keep the ship going in the correct direction.
I think I said that
bringing on the rails.
Right. I use that expression all the way back in episode 1. Got to keep Mike's in charge of keeping the trains on the tracks. I will say, for the channel as a whole, I would like to, and I don't know if people would find this interesting. We do some collecting content on the channel, but maybe more PC content. I don't know if people like that. Like, I enjoy people showing off cards from their PC. I do. I mean, if it's a PC, I enjoy, right? I wouldn't mind seeing us do more of that. EP, you kind of did that a little bit on that show that you never do anymore. But like, maybe doing some more like PC content. Again, I don't know if people would like that. Maybe the views wouldn't be there, but it'd still be something that I know I enjoy watching on different folks' channels. Like, even Northeast Ohio Cards and Comics, I watched some of his PC stuff.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is us. So I don't know. I mean, we can try to be better. Like, I try to be better every week, but I don't know what we can do better, because I don't know what we're doing anyway. So if people ever knew, some weeks that we fly by the seat of our pants on this show. So one thing I could personally do better is maybe be a little more prepared ahead. That's a hard thing, though, because we're trying to do a current news thing. So I can't really start putting a podcast together Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning, because you kind of have to wait for the next stories to kind of develop. So
the story that happens Monday is going to change by the time you get to Friday too, right? So I mean,
exactly. Yeah. So like, on one hand, like, I feel like I wish I could put a little more time into the research and stuff, but I mean, I do put a decent amount of time in for what we do. I want to know what I'm talking about and be able to help you guys understand what we're talking about. But, at the same time, I don't know how to do that if I'm waiting for the news to happen. So I don't know. You're watching. If you're still watching, I guess it's okay.
But let us know though. Like, we
Let us
definitely
know.
take it under consideration for sure.
Yeah, and the one thing that we say all the time, Mike, especially on slow news weeks, it's like just throw a topic out, and let EP and I cook. We'll get there. We'll get that hour. Don't worry. We'll definitely be able to handle that.
Yeah.
That's true. We do like to talk. So
Yeah.
probably good.
Yep.
All right. Well, 200 episodes. And by the way, in those 200 episodes, we only missed 1 week.
Yeah. That
was
shocking to me.
way back at the beginning. I think
I'm curious. I have a cruise coming in September. I'm going on a cruise
in Alaska.
So, in Alaska. Legit EP. EP's laughing.
Really?
No, legit in Alaska.
Yeah.
I'm doing an Alaskan cruise. So I'm curious. There is Wi-Fi, so fingers crossed. We'll see how that shakes out.
We might need to make sure we have one in the can just in case.
Yeah. We've had flu game weeks. Like we've played through being sick.
I couldn't talk for like 2 months the first
Yeah.
year we were doing this.
Yeah.
I think Joe was in a Russian prison the one time. The hotel he was in was a little scary.
It's funny. Like I'll reach out to the hotel now. Like every year when I come in for the draft, I stay at the same place. I stay at the Inn in Turkey Hill. I love that place. And the last couple of years, I've been like, okay, I need a room closest to the router. I need the closest room to the router. And this year, I actually had the room right above the office. Right above the main office area, so I knew, and the Wi-Fi was way better.
It's
so
great.
I'm definitely gonna book that one for next year coming up.
All right, guys, 200 episodes done. Joe, play us off. That was a pretty good chat this week. All we got for you. I will see you next week. Take care, guys.
Eugene Ponderosa signing off.